Hey, what's up? This is Danny, aka Psycho Soldier, and what I'm about to do today is gonna be a revisal tutorial. This was asked by request. I'm going to revise the Melty Blood Extras again Lifebar template tutorial. Reason that being is because I've gotten some comments recently saying that I've been having problems when they're making their portraits. And what I'm going to do today is going to go over through that tutorial again, plus answer some questions about the problems you guys been having. So let's get started. Alright. First off, you're gonna find that you're gonna have to get the template for the life bars. If you don't know where to get it, I'll post a link up in the description box. Let's see what I saved it here. Alright. Next, you have to find a picture to make it into the template. All right. Let's see. That's a good picture. All right. Today I'm going to make a Karen picture. All right. Next, on some instances, with the template layer, since it's on PNG format, what you're going to do is have to unlock it so you can play around with it a little. So what you're going to do is go to Image, Mode, RGB Color, and next you're going to go to double click on the background layer and press OK. Alright, so and the same thing with this picture. Sometimes the layer would be locked, so all you're going to need to do is go to. And one more thing, since it's already on JPEG format, we don't need to convert it to RGB color. So we just have to go to double click on the background layer and press OK. Alright. Next, on some instances, some of the pictures we use, there would be like a background of sorts, like a simple white background. We need to get rid of that, you know. So what we need to do is grab your magic wand, select the background, and delete that. Alright, that looks good. And then you want to resize the picture before adding it to the template. You go to image size. Alright, it's on 300 pixels, so I'll just reduce it down to 300. No, 250 would be good. Alright, see, that looks good. Alright. Next thing you do is move the picture into the template, like so. You can move it around with your mouse or with your arrow buttons. That looks good. Okay. Next, grab your magic wand, switch over to the portrait layer. The template layer, and you're gonna select the grain and press delete. Alright. Next, you're gonna select the pink that's right down here on the template layer. Then switch to the picture layer, and then press delete. Alright. And you repeat the step with this pink bar. So you select the template layer, select this pink bar, switch back to the picture layer, and press delete. Okay. That looks good. Next, and click on the eyeball that's next to the template layer, so it won't be visible. And next, you go to Image, Mode, Index Color. You merge layers. Okay. Okay. When this window comes up, make sure it's on Local Selective, Colors 256, forced on Black and White, and the transparency box on. Click, or else it's not gonna work. Right. Once that's done, once again you go to Image, Mode, then you're gonna select Color Table. Right? When the color table means would be your the palette for the portrait. So you're gonna find the very bottom box that's right here on the palette. That would be your transparency. You click it, and you're going to select any color you want. And this, in my case, since I always use pink, I would put down FF00FF. Alright? Press OK. You press OK on the color table, and there you go. And I want to bring up something concerning that matter. Alright? Like, for example, on some portraits, like this Cyber Akuma portrait, when we go to the color table, it would come. In some instances, they don't have 256 colors to begin with, and the transparent box up here. Never select the transparent box. That's what's up here. All right. You always select the very last bottom box on the palette, like so. Let's see. Go to FF00FF. Oops. 00FF. All right. Always do that. When it doesn't have 256 colors to work with, always select the very last bottom box, alright, on the palette. And press OK. Alright. Next, when you have portraits like these, you go to select your color, your paint bucket, and when you pick your foreground color, make sure it's going to be the same transparent color you used on the color tables. In this case, I used pink, so I would put down FF00FF. Press OK. Then you're gonna fill that transparency with that same color you used. Oh crap! No, that looks good. All right. Now you're done with your portrait. Okay, and you're gonna save your portrait as a PCX. So we're gonna name it Karen X or something as a PCX. Wait, oops, cancel. Save as. My bad. All right, you gotta save it as a PCX. You gotta name it Karen. Something simple, you know. Alright, I'm going to switch over to Fighter Factory. Right here, I already have Karen opened up. Okay, one more thing I want to add. When you're adding your portraits, make sure that your character is Windows compatible, not DOS Mugen. If the character you're adding the portrait to is only compatible with DOS, make sure you use the DOS to Win program to convert it to WinMugen compatible. All right. One more thing: when you're adding the portrait onto the character, make sure that when you're adding the portrait, you go to the very last sprite. Doesn't matter if it's from any character. You know, you always add it to the very end of the SFF file, like so. In this case, and this Karen has the portrait on the very portrait on the very last. You don't need a concern. There's no concern about that. You always add it at the end of the SFF file. Okay, so next you're gonna click on. Make sure it's at the end at the sprites, very last sprite. Next you're gonna click on Add. You're gonna look for that Karen portrait you just made. All right. You're gonna group it under 9000, image number 19. That's what the Lifebar uses for the portraits. All right, you press OK and make sure that the shared palette box is not checked, or else it's gonna come out really fucked up, you know. All right, you press OK. When your sprite is added, you check, and it looks in there. Looks good. And then you go to sprites and you save it. And let's look at the final product. Alright, that should be your final product right there. And there we have it. So I hope this revisal tutorial has helped. Thank you for watching, and take care.